got to do several things, and I am, adamantly against illegal immigrants. I made this exception basically on humanitarian grounds because of the individual stories, but certainly we've got to do more at our borders, and people have to stop employing illegal immigrants. Come up to Westchester, go to Suffolk and Nassau counties, stand in the street corners in Brooklyn or the Bronx. You're going to see loads of people waiting to get picked up to go do yard work and construction work and domestic work.
Yeah, that was Hillary then. It's about 12 years ago, 2003. Welcome back, folks. And we're joined right now by the Deputy Press Secretary for Youth and Conservative Media for the RNC, Republican National Committee, Raffi Williams. Hey, Raffi.
How you doing, Steve?
Great to talk to you. All right, so now, not only does she not believe what she said back then about illegals, God, she would never call them illegals anymore, but she doesn't believe that Obama's executive order went far enough, and she wants the parents of dreamers to be given the same protections that she wants for dreamers. I mean, she's done a total about-face.
Yeah, and the fact that she refuses to admit that she's done a about-face, she opened her remarks the other day saying, you know where I stand, and then labored out this long thing to go further to the left than Obama. And it's one of these things where she's trying to make you forget her past statements, her past positions. And it seems to be the theme of her campaign is to make you forget when it comes to criminal justice reform. She thinks you're going to forget what she advocated for in the 90s. It is a theme of her campaign to flip-flop without admitting to flip-flop. It's why her trustworthiness levels are so low right now, because people understand they can't trust Hillary Clinton. And it's another theme we're seeing pop up time and time again, especially when it comes to this latest book from Peter Schweitzer, where he talks about how Hillary Clinton has these shady dealings with the Clinton Foundation, the State Department, and what does this mean? And because she has not been a trustworthy figure, these hits are landing harder than they would if people actually learned to trust Hillary Clinton.
No, I couldn't agree with you more, and I certainly want to get to the Clinton Foundation and will. But another issue here is that Hillary is now courting potential super PAC donors. She's been in California reportedly sitting down with these people. When just a couple of weeks ago, you don't have to go back to 2003 for this one. A couple of weeks ago, she was just talking about how we have to get the money out of politics.
Well, she's advocating for, I think it was a constitutional amendment to get money out of politics, but then she goes around and starts trying to get more money into politics. It's the rank hypocrisy that we see time and time again from her on things like this. And it's a system, it's a problem, because people are going to realize, I can't trust her because she says one thing and does another. The Clintons, for a long time, have thought that they play by a different set of rules than everybody else.
Absolutely. All right, let's talk about the Clinton Foundation. My God, Bill Clinton did an interview with NBC and some other people commenting on the foundation and all the good work. But, when pressed, he was as pathetic. I got to say, Dick Morris was on this show and said that he's lost it. I mean, as far as the ability to he's not as slick, I think, is what Dick Morris said, as we have known him to be. Why are you going to keep taking the $500,000 speeches? Yes. Why? Well, I have to pay the bills. No, you'd expect that from Hillary, not from Bill. And of course, I don't think I did anything against the national interests of the United States, was his answer to one question. And by the way, he said, I've asked Hillary and nobody has ever tried to get to her through me. Hillary told me so. I mean, it was pathetic.
Well, it's laughable, actually. The idea that, they have to pay the bills if she was to get to the White House. That's a $400,000 a year job that you don't have to pay bills for anyway. Everything's taken care of. They give you a house, Secret Service, the whole 9 yards. So the idea that, he's putting this light of like, I'm a hardworking man. This is a family now, mind you, that has raised or been paid $1.4 billion since the Clinton Foundation was set up and they left the White House. So the thing that these people are struggling on any level is delusional and shows you how out of touch they are from the average everyday American, who $400,000 or $1.4 billion is so far out of reach, it's unfathomable. But for them, they don't see it. They think this is just par for the course. I'm just struggling, paying my bills. We were dead broke when we came out of the White House. These kind of themes lead you to say they live a different life and they have a different mentality than most Americans do.
All right, let's talk about the environmentalist billionaires. The media would have you believe, Raffi, that it's all about the Koch brothers and the Koch brothers and the Koch brothers, and they conveniently leave out the Tom Steyers, they leave out the George Soroses and others on the left who are billionaires in their own right and are mega donors to Democrats, and are very politically involved. And now we find out that Hillary's getting involved, or in bed, if you will, with environmentalist billionaires who are pushing a specific agenda.
Well, there's no surprise there. There's been great reporting done on a group on the left called Democracy Alliance, which is a coalition of billionaires who fund lefty movements here, and the environmental movement's just another one. And the Keystone Pipeline, that whole delay can be tied back to this group and the work that you've seen from people like Tom Steyer when they're denying Americans who want to get work, who want to get jobs and make money and support their families, who aren't able to do so and who don't have access. You also see the blowback when you see oil spills or when you see train derailments that spill oil and catch fire, because these environmentalists don't understand the impact that they're having. They don't understand the negative impact, and they don't understand how everyday Americans struggle to pay the bills because they're not allowing our economy to hit full speed ahead and really take advantage of the things we have here at home.
Well, and finally, I'll just say, Raffi, that your job as a youth and conservative outreach and deputy press secretary for youth and conservative media, the diversity of of the Republican field so far has got to be really make you smile, and it should make everybody smile. It should make the media smile. But of course, they just set out to attack and tear down every one of them, no matter who they are, what color they are, what their great story is. But I'm very excited about the field so far, and I know it's going to get much bigger. Say hello to all the folks at the RNC and your dad, and we'll speak to you soon.
Will do. Thank you so much.
Right. Raffi Williams, ladies and gentlemen, of the RNC. Up next, we're going to talk about all of this and what we discussed with General Hayden on the Malzberg panel